was the
Holy-
slogan that he had?
The slogan was the voice of a generation.
Stewie, we need to get you some papers or something, mate.
I honestly feel like I have a newsreader look to me as well.
Yeah,
you
you
can
need-
see me on the.
You need the shuffle
100%.
as well.
I think I'd kill it.
Yeah.
Guys, anyway, welcome back to Talk Bits. It's the 4-Bit podcast brought to you by the 4-Bit Boys. We're going to introduce ourselves very quickly. I'm Stu.
I'm Rich.
I'm Jack, also known as Hike.
I'm Robbie.
And I'm Nathan. And if you haven't checked out already, our last video came out a couple of weeks ago, which is our Street Fighter Challenge video. There's a bit of a coaching twist on it, which I won't go too much into, and then a bit of a challenge between me and Stu at the end. So check it out if you haven't already seen it. How do you think the video went, Jack?
I think it went great. You're going to really like the ending, so make sure to stay tuned for the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
We know what you're saying, yeah. Everyone's good, I assume. I hope everyone's good.
All good.
We're all still
Absolutely.
here.
How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Fantastic, that's great.
In good company with all these people watching. Sorry. Who wants to play Closest Wins?
Yeah! I'm the champion.
Pass them along. Hike at the minute is 1 up. Doing really, really well.
Yeah, I think everybody knew.
You cue that one, Robbie.
Thank you.
Good.
Ooh. In second.
Intercept.
I really hope we have enough pens.
It was a 10-pack.
It was a 10-pack.
Just keep batting away.
Every single one.
Guys, everyone's pen's good. We're working. Are we doing names again or?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Just to remind the people of who. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
No. Very confusing for everybody. Guys, it's Closest Wins. It's called Halo Heights. Alliteration. Hey. No? Alright.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Halo Heights. I'm going to be asking you for the heights of 3 Halo characters. You need to guess the heights of each character, and it's best of 3.
Right.
3 meters.
If
Easy.
it ends up being a tie, I don't know what I'm going to do because I've only got 3 heights.
You have to come up with one.
If it helps.
On the spot.
I don't know Halo, so
Cool. Okay, well, Robbie's
He's out.
out then.
I'm out.
Hold up.
Okay, guesses.
Are you giving us any hints in terms of whether it's like foot or meters?
It's going to be in foot.
It's in foot.
Feet.
Feet.
Any-
It's
any-
in foot.
It's going to be a...
Any inches involved?
No.
Was it all whole?
No, when you
there's
were about
inches
it.
Foot and inches.
So,
Yeah.
there's 3 characters. Okay, first character.
Are we doing reveal per one or reveal all 3?
Reveal per one. That'll make it
Reveal per
easier.
one,
That'll make it
okay.
easier as well.
Okay.
So,
Right, nice and big then.
first of all, how tall, obviously, is the Master Chief?
Master Chief.
How tall is the Master Chief, guys?
In feet.
In feet. And just think about when you've played that game and you've seen the other sort of UNSC soldiers. Is that what?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're running about and yeah, just consider that. How tall is the Master Chief?
Jesus Christ.
That's very violent rubbing out. Whoa, giggity.
I don't know.
Not sure?
I think I've overcooked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys just let me know when you're ready to go.
All done?
Is everyone
I'm
finished?
ready.
I was always
We'll reveal one at a time. We'll start with Richo.
All right. 7'2".
7'2".
Too
7'2".
much? Is that too much? Do you reckon?
Let's see what everyone else
It's not
does.
like you can change it.
Hey,
I think
7'5".
7'5".
6'3".
6'3".
7'3".
Okay, and
You guys are
remember,
definitely wrong.
I'm the quiz master, so if you guys have got different facts, this is the facts that I've got. You're going to have to take a seat. The answer
That one.
was 7 foot exactly.
So who's got 7'2"?
I changed. I had mine at 7 foot.
Richo has a point on the board.
Point on the board.
I changed mine to 7'5". I knew he was above 6 easily.
Yeah.
Because he's
I nearly
Spartan.
put 7
Most
foot.
Spartans are, I think, above that.
Monsters.
Yeah, crazy.
Rich takes the lead. So,
She's coming up next.
next up,
The robot.
how
The computer.
tall is the Arbiter? The Arbiter is an elite, for those who were not aware. Robbie doesn't play Halo. The elites are like the main
Is he the
aliens.
one who has the
swords.
swords?
Yeah, think swords.
yeah.
How tall is the Arbiter?
Is this when he's hunched over, or is this when he's like fully?
Oh, stood up. He's stood tall.
Normally hunched.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't he
normally
doesn't
hunched.
stretch out.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
like, you have to hang on a minute. Is this when he's... So if he was hunched over, you'd know that answer.
Is he like?
But when he stood tall,
Is he like stretched out or?
Yeah, on a rack.
Is this him in bed, or is
Yeah.
this when he's walking down the aisle?
Imagine he's
Is
in
this in the
Tesco.
morning?
He's in the
waking
local.
up?
He's in the local.
I haven't looked at my answer.
I've already written mine.
Come
Don't
on.
worry about
You
it.
can use-
Mr. 8
We'll
foot.
go Robbie first this time. We'll go the other way.
8.5 feet.
Wow, you went crazy with that
I
one.
did 11.6.
Ooh.
8 foot on the banger.
8 on the banger-ranger.
He's 6'10", I reckon.
The Arbiter is 7'10".
Oh.
I got 8.5.
That's him.
Oh, no.
Ah.
We're back, baby. I knew he was bigger than Master Chief because when in game, I feel like they come over you a bit. you
Yeah.
know?
For...
Can I use my phone?
No.
I've kind of made this up on the spot a little bit, but what we're going to do now is everyone can play, but it's just between Rich and Hike, because then that creates the winner, right? Do you see what I mean?
Alright, I like it.
I'm not happy with that.
So,
Yeah.
well,
So
I'm ahead.
He's the quizmaster.
I'm
Oh,
quizmaster.
he is.
How
Just not wanted.
How tall is a grunt?
Oh.
How tall is a grunt, guys? Those little plasma pistol wielding.
I know a grunt.
You know, grunt.
I know a
I
grunt.
know
when
a grunt.
see
when I
one.
see
So you tell me I'm exactly right.
Nowhere near.
Okay. No,
How
I
about
was
me?
never in the running for this one.
Nowhere near. You've really got. If you play the game, think of seeing the UNSC fighting the grunts. Actually, think about it.
Yeah, I'm
1.5.
thinking about it
Yeah.
as it happens.
It's a good thing.
So
you're right
we'll
down how
have
tall
we'll
they are.
have Robbie and Nafo go first because they're kind of runner-up position here.
3.5 feet.
Yeah.
2-4.
Yeah.
2-4.
3 foot on the banger.
Yeah.
2-4.
2-4.
You've played Halo, haven't you?
Yeah.
2-4.
The little hobbit.
What's your answer then,
running
big
around.
dogs?
I reckon 5'5".
5'5".
That's the same as a.
Don't laugh.
No.
Don't laugh. 5'6".
No. Yeah.
Think of the normal soldiers stood next to him. They're the same height.
They're about the same.
They're about the same.
Yeah, you are right. I should have. Yeah, you are right.
Rich
Yeah, no.
Dizzle takes a
game.
point. So
Scam game.
2 foot.
yeah, think of how big they actually. That 2 foot's like that, isn't it?
I think we were thinking too much
Yeah.
of the chief.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But think.
But to the
actual-
chief, they look 2 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah.
And I thought that would catch you out, which is why I put the grunts in there.
Very good.
Nice.
Very good.
I don't want to play this game anymore.
So
Oh, my name's gone.
we're 2 episodes in. Hike has a point, and Rich has a point.
Let's go.
Let's
Off
go.
the mark. Good stuff. I hope everyone at home did well. I'm reckon that's caught a few people out. A few of them.
I agree.
We should be prompting people at home watching as well to say, like, think of an answer.
Play
Or
along.
just watch.
yeah, rewind and do it in the comments. But just pretend you haven't seen
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Watch it again.
I think a lot of people are going to get the Arbiter wrong because of his
And the
hunched
grunts.
nature. I bet they think, oh, he's probably the same size as the Master Chief.
I
But
thought
if
it
he
was
was
shorter.
after he's been chiropractor.
No, he's bigger.
Stretched out.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I
Oh,
thought
I
One
thought
of
you
those
were shorter.
machines pulling.
Cool. This is a random one.
All right.
You've gone to the cinema. You're in the cinema.
Yeah, I'm here.
Imagine you're in the cinema right
Is it
now. I want you guys
4D?
to
I'm closing my eyes.
Whatever.
for this.
How many D's is it?
Imagine you're in the cinema and you're about to delve into your favourite movie snack. What is your favourite movie snack? Like, actually, don't just go, oh, nachos.
Ah.
What is your favourite? And it includes drinks as well.
It's not a hard one. Pack of minstrels.
Just a pack of minstrels.
Pack of minstrels, mate.
Maltesers.
Yeah, it might be the Maltese as well.
Maltese bags.
It's probably the girl that I go with.
Oh, yeah.
I actually heard
Sorry to all the ladies that watch it.
I heard a genuine chat up line about that the other day, or I saw it online. If you say to a girl, I would say we could go to the cinema on our first date, but they've got rules about bringing their own snacks.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Smooth. That's
And that links
basically.
that links into what you said.
And let me top it off with I'm apart from the joke, I am a basic bitch. It's salted popcorn. It's just salted popcorn.
Salted popcorn.
Yeah, I do. Other than that, it will be popcorn with butter on it.
I like sweet and salt. Mixture.
I was just about to say no one asked, but we did actually
Yeah.
ask.
You are
Yeah,
an
I
absolute
know.
psychopath.
Thank you.
That is just,
Thank
just
you.
not good.
So we've got Maltesers.
It's actually gross.
It's actually really nice. They're
So-
not good till you try it.
No, it's minstrels.
Oh, minstrels.
Salted, all the butter. His is
Maltesers.
crazy. And then yours is...
Probably Maltesers.
All right.
Yeah.
I like sweet popcorn.
What about you?
Sweet popcorn.
Popcorn never did it for me. Never.
Never?
No.
Never
I
will?
always buy
What about
some,
it?
but only get like a quarter way through of the large.
Mm.
Hmm. The thing is, though, right, I will say one thing, and I have this recently. I have the salted popcorn, and I know it's going to make me really dry,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I have to have the biggest, largest Pepsi Max as well.
Yeah.
And then I'm in the cinema, and I'm always thinking to myself, don't drink it, don't drink it, don't drink it. Because I know if I'm sipping on it at the point at which the adverts are going, I'm gonna need a leak halfway through the
Yeah.
film, and I've just missed the point where somebody's kissed somebody and somebody just shot somebody in the head.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Two important things in films.
You have to kind of balance it out. So I have to have a big boy drink with me if I have the salted popcorn. Yeah, it's a clear thing.
You're a big boy.
I'm a big boy, and I can buy whatever I want. But it's all about the timing. Don't sip that drink. Hey, if you're watching this, don't you sip that drink until that film's going.
The only thing is with popcorn as well, maybe it's just me, but I find that when the lights come up and you stand up, you're covered in popcorn.
Yeah.
Half of it isn't gone in your mouth. Half of it is just stuck.
Yeah, that's
all
because you
over
eat it like this, trying to catch it in your
Just
mouth in the middle of the
launch it.
film.
Do you eat it though?
Well, after?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get in the car on the way home, you're like, ooh.
100%.
Hello.
There's one on me, like little...
Yeah, I grab it off the floor as well.
Yeah.
Waste not, want not. Am I right? What do you do with the minstrels? Anything fun?
You guys clearly had too much sugar before we started this podcast. 'Cause you guys,
Just chat about food.
especially you two. You two are like way up here right now. I'm just thinking I'll just do the minstrels. Like.
What's the last film we've all seen? Can anyone actually think of the last
At
film?
the cinema?
Yeah.
Or-
At the cinema. Actually out on...
Probably the Dungeons and Dragons one.
Mm,
But this is November, obviously, in terms of actual time.
yeah. Yeah. I think mine was the latest John Wick.
Yeah.
Same. We spoke about it, I think,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I think mine was Black Panther.
Oh my...
Yeah.
Did you go out?
Not recently. Bought a house. Can't afford to do anything.
Panther. God, that is ages ago.
And mine was Barbie, because my mum wanted to see it.
Oh yeah, I
My
see
mum wanted
that.
to see
Yeah,
it,
I went
yeah.
with my girlfriend. Yeah,
Yeah, so she was like, oh.
mate, I got into the zone. I got into the vibe. I wore.
Did you go Ken?
Yeah. I went with like a pink cap and like my mum for banter. She bought me like a pink like fluffy scarf.
You
I wore it,
actually
mate.
dressed
Yeah,
it, did it?
yeah, I did.
Added to it.
Yeah, I did.
I never went and watched... Or it's Oppenheimer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
saw that or Barbie when all them came out. Didn't bother.
Yeah.
I do kind of regret not seeing Oppenheimer in the cinema, but I just it's just something with like it just didn't captivate me. Like I didn't really feel like the story is going to be something that I really cared about too much. I really like obviously the director, but I just didn't have any want to see it. You know?
No desire to go and see it.
Didn't you see it?
No,
Oh, I thought you did.
no, I didn't.
No.
I want to watch it, but I didn't see it.
Fair.
I'll just wait until I can get a high quality version, completely legitimately on the internet. Yeah, that's the plan.
Sake.
When it goes on Netflix.
I've got... This isn't a game which is a point scoring game, but MCM London just went and did it. 3 of us.
Yeah, Comic-Con,
Comic-Con.
Thank you.
for those not in the know.
Yeah. Obviously, Richo and Robbo weren't there. Do you guys have any want, desire, interest, or knowledge about Comic-Con at all, really?
No.
Okay, no. Quick answer, like yes, no, not.
Oh, it depends really.
Depends.
If certain things were going to be shown there.
Yeah, you'd look for a
What sort
specific.
of certain things do you mean though?
So I think that some sort of like really cool Gears of War thing might pull me there. That might
Classic.
pull me there.
So it's pretty much a no for the most part then.
By and large.
Yeah.
Well, I want.
I think it would be cool though. I think it would be cool to
Yeah.
go and see it once.
Well, I want
Yeah.
Hike and Nafo to really go through Comic-Con, their experience, and this might work particularly for Robbie as he has no idea, and Rich has a bit of one, but try and talk these guys through it, and people watching who have never been, who are considering it and want to go, some highlights, some lowlights, but try and sell it. Try and kind of describe Comic-Con, what it's all about, what you can see, what you can do, and then maybe some people who are watching might consider going to a Comic-Con that's local to them.
So, some people might even consider letting us understand.
Yeah, maybe if you're watching, organisers. But yeah, from however you want to do it, I know you're going to be going off the cuff completely here, but let's see what you come up with.
Well,
in terms of that.
the first thing I'd say is, like, is there somebody that you want to see? Look at the guest lineup, I'd say. The first thing is because, like, for instance, if you saw a voice actor that you really liked, or somebody from a game that you really liked, or somebody from even a movie that you really liked. There was 1 year where, like, well, I saw John Rhys Davies, who plays Gimli from The Lord of the Rings, and that really sold me. I got a picture with him and everything. That really sold me. Like, this previous one, there were the people from Critical Role, for instance, and, you know, I really like Critical Role, so I wanted to go see them. So first off, look to see who's going, and then definitely, because you can get pictures with them or signings or such, and that might make you want to go to start. But it depends what you're going for, like what type of nerd you are, and there'll definitely be something for you. If you're, if you want to do cosplays and such, you can meet up with your particular fan base. It's like when me and Stu went, we went to the Riot Games meet because we wanted to meet up with all the League of Legends cosplayers, and we wanted to get pictures of them and such. And we really wanted to see like a particular character, and we did. So if you want to meet up with your communities when you can't, because you might be in like a small town or something, that's the best place to meet up with those sorts of communities and everything. I think that's the biggest pull to Comic-Con personally. And then obviously seeing particular people that you would want to see, or particular games that are coming out. Mm-hmm. Right? There's that massive. The last time we went, there's a massive Tekken 8 stand. They had like a stage. There was a big screen. They were doing a tournament. I even got Stu to play Tekken 8.
Yeah.
Like, so there's something for everyone there, and I go back every single year.
Yeah. Nath, any views?
Yeah, I think it just depends on the sort of things you're interested in, really, because I think there's just so much variety there that depending on if you're going there to meet a particular like celebrity type person, or you want to do cosplay, or you just want to see all the different nerdy stuff that you can buy, depending, like you were saying, depending on your interests, it's going to be what draws you there. But obviously the benefit of that is as well that if you don't know if you'll like it or not, because there's so much variety, you're going to enjoy it whatever if you're interested in anything that's relatively nerdy, geeky, whatever. Do you know what I mean? You'll just find the bits that you enjoy. Like for me, it's like looking around all different stalls and stuff like that, really, to be honest.
Yeah.
I actually thought, on the subject of the Critical Role thing, I actually thought that I would prefer it if you could reserve spots.
Okay.
To go see those shows, because
Yeah.
I'm not interested in watching a stream of the thing that's happening in a different room.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. Like, as you know, I was just like,
You went there to see it
no,
live.
So basically,
yeah, exactly.
Nath kind of primarily went on the Sunday to see that and couldn't get in because the capacity hit so fast. So Nath couldn't do what he wanted to do. So
Yeah, exactly.
He travelled all that way, basically. He still had a great time, I assume.
Yeah.
But go on, Rich.
I was going to ask, like, in terms of, because one thing I don't like about big sort of events like that is if I mean, Comic-Con is such like a common thing that it must be really carefully thought out. But like, what is like the crowd flow and movement like? Because is it like this big square box and it's just everyone gets dumped in there, and like you feel like sardines in a tin, like shoulder to shoulder? Is there, because obviously I've seen like photos and stuff where it gets quite busy, but is there sections where it's a bit quieter and you're not as like packed in?
Yeah, that's like properly within the choke points that the sort of pictures that you're probably talking about are just pictures like where it's got super crowded.
Yeah.
But the whole thing, in terms of the London one anyway, the whole thing is like, you can imagine it's like a huge warehouse with loads of warehouse doors down the side.
Yeah.
So at any point you can walk straight out.
Yeah.
At any point. So if you're like, I mean, to be honest, I don't think you should worry about that sort of stuff. Like most importantly, but if you are, there's nothing to be concerned about.
Yeah,
You can get into the main corridor, and the corridor is never packed, and then there's exits either end of that corridor.
Yeah, I've had instances that, like, at other types of events where just like queues, for example, or like planning on the day wasn't very carefully thought out, and it was like swelteringly hot in there. Like the queues were scuffed and not thought out. Like it was just really poorly organized and stuff. But like, what is that like? Is it because what with it being Comic-Con, it must be class, right? It must be well thought out. But
Yeah.
I guess you just gave the instance of like no booking function on certain things, so it's just kind of turn up and good luck. Like you might get in, you might not.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever. Obviously, the booking function is like for like autographs and like photographs for people, but like the shows, because they don't, from what I've been there for, they don't seem to tend to get like run out or get packed too often. That's the first time I've ever had the notification to say that something's at capacity. That's the first time. So normally it's quite good though. But like honestly, the best area is outside, because that's where I like to be to take photographs of cosplayers and such, and it's like really open. There's the grass, the tree areas, all that sort of stuff, and then you can go back inside, grab yourself a beer or two. So, but the question I wanted to ask though is there a celebrity that is in these sort of realms of nerdy stuff that you would go to Comic-Con to see? Is there a celebrity? Because for me, if Viggo Mortensen, Aragorn, was to go, I'm going to go anyway, but I would definitely spend my money to get a photo with him. 100%.
Robbie?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I like Deadpool. If Ryan Reynolds was there, that'd be cool.
Ryan Reynolds?
That would pull a lot of people.
But that would put a lot of people there.
You'd have to book that real early.
Yeah.
There's so many Deadpools there as well. So,
Yeah, but it's not Ryan Reynolds though, is it?
No, you never know.
You never know.
Oh, what?
We didn't
Under the mask.
To be fair, that's something he would do.
That is something he'll do.
Yeah.
The thing is though, is that, like, getting a photo of them is cool, but I don't know, it kind of feels cool for like 10 seconds.
And it's
15 seconds.
Yeah, but it's immortalised though, isn't it? Because it's in a photo.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't really think of anyone that pulled me in.
I'm with you. I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
The celebrity side
I-
things.
I don't-
it'd be cool to meet someone. But
Yeah.
I'm never going to pay money.
I done the Wealdstone Raider at university. He came to our students' union.
Who? Sorry.
The Wealdstone Raider.
You want some?
Yeah, that guy. You know.
I'll give it you.
Oh, yeah. God, that's very old.
He came to our students' union. He was raising money for charity, and I got a photo of him. I was like,
Let's just bring that photo up.
yeah. I can dig it out.
Yeah, you should.
I was with my mate Will. And I was like, I like what you're doing for charity, mate. And he was like, we're just getting started, mate.
He actually talks like that all the time.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, go on, mate.
Quality. I don't actually. I think I went more just for the hype. Well, you guys or hype sort of built up more than anything. There's not really anyone that I was that excited to see. The Master Chief voice guy was there, but I never actually saw him. But all the stores, I was really into all the stores. I like walking around, and particularly, is it Artist Alley or which one was it with all the like underground new artists and stuff? I thought that was
Yeah, I
really
think that was
cool.
Artist Alley.
That was really, really cool, and hopefully everyone that was there managed to actually pick up some new fans and some new kind of business prospects, maybe, because it's a good platform to build on, definitely, if you were trying to get out there.
I love the fact that the guy that sings the Pokemon theme, the opening of Pokemon, yeah, I want to beat that. He was there, and we were there for multiple days, and then one day we saw him on stage and he was singing the song. And then the second day we went, we saw him again singing the song. That's
What was
all
the slogan that he had?
the slogan was the voice of a generation.
How you must think you're like the bee's
The
knees,
bee's
the voice of a generation.
No, you can like other people can say it about you.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
when
yeah.
you say it about yourself,
Yeah, bold.
then it's just like that's bold.
Very
and
bold.
you might agree, comments, right? You might agree with that, but like, you don't really say it about yourself, do you?
Yeah.
Just so you
I'm
know,
the voice of a
hi,
generation.
voice of a generation.
Yeah, me. Have you heard Pokemon? That's me.
I'm basically Pokemon.
What else have you done? Nothing.
He doesn't need to though, does he?
He doesn't. He's
He's sorted
He's
for life.
surrounded in.
Money.
All right.
Stuff. On that note, we're going to have a really short break, and we might come back to a bit of Comic-Con, or we may move on. But for the time being, we're going to have a quick break here.
Somebody's ready for some turkey. We are going to play Try Not to Laugh. Straight into it. Load up your water.
All right, Jack. Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Okay, here we go.
Bottoms up.
And I go riding 3 times a week, and every time they give me a different.
That was close.
I
think you're like, no. I didn't think that one was gonna get me.
Like that.
Yeah, I went
A 100-meter gash. Try not to laugh. Out now.
Welcome back to Talk Bits with the 4-Bit Boys. We were discussing Comic-Con. I don't know if we got to the end of that discussion or not, to be honest. Hang on a minute. Are you going Comic-Con next? So you've just heard all this. It's spinning in your mind.
No.
Are you going Comic-Con next year?
Yeah, but if we go as 4-bit.
If we go as 4-bit, that'll be something different because obviously I'll have a bigger interest in us. We'll be the star of the show, obviously. So yeah, I would attend then. But I don't think I would personally go
so
just to see stuff.
You'd attend, but purely for business. You're not going to spend your money to go to Comic-Con.
No, but going there as a business might open my eyes a bit to it.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I'm not sold on it.
Yep.
I think it's cool seeing people dress up, but I would get bored within like
If
half
you
an hour.
did dress up.
No, like seeing other people dress up.
Yeah, but if you did, what would you do?
Ooh.
Or is anyone chubby who I could be as?
And in this
not
example, you're quite good, or you know someone who's quite good at designing outfits.
Oh, you're not limited. Is that
Yeah,
what you're
exactly.
saying?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not
So
limited.
let your imagination.
Don't worry about the practicality.
There's only one thing I could go as, really, isn't it? Have you?
Yeah.
But I just have to get in shape first.
League of Legends pan.
No, you could. Josh would do that for
You know.
You could draw it on.
What, draw the abs?
So we'll go Richo with the same question. So would you go, and who would you go as if?
It's probably a maybe.
Okay.
Really, I'm not 100% sold, but I think if we went as 4-bit, that'd be pretty cool. I'd give it a go. I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I had to go as someone. I don't know. Maybe I'd go as like. Maybe I'd go like Blade or something. But
we don't judge here.
Yeah.
I don't know, like with the long cape. But then there's a bit of an obvious thing. I'm white.
Yeah.
The character Blade is black.
Yeah. But...
I don't know, man. No.
Okay, fair enough. We'll go to Nath next, and then go on.
Maybe like Dom.
Oh, from Gears.
Yeah.
I think you meant Dom
Yeah.
from Fast and Furious then.
family.
Just walking around saying family.
Yeah, with the like necklace, with the chain.
The question for Nath is: would you go again after being once?
Yeah, I'll go again. I'll go next
regardless
year.
of the
Yeah. But if I was to dress up to
Yeah.
preempt the question, I'll go as Altair.
Who?
Am I pronouncing the name wrong? Altair
How?
from Assassin's
Jack?
Creed.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so I could like go through the crowds and like.
That'd be perfect for it as well. That'd be perfect for it as
do
well.
the walking
Just
animation
shove
through the
them out
crowds.
way.
And I think people
And then you're the whole, you know.
Yeah. Walking the triangle.
Yeah.
Like this. Yeah.
I didn't know who he was on about until you started saying all that.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Do you know? I don't actually know if I'd go again without 4-bit. I really enjoyed it. Actually, no, I would go again, but I can do it in a day. I don't need that second day. That's
I
more
wouldn't do
accurate.
it.
That's
I
more
don't think
accurate
I'm
for me.
interested in a weekend.
Yeah, that's for me. I would go again, but I could genuinely do that in a day and be more than happy rather than doing it for 2 days. And I want to do Nautilus if I was to dress up.
That'd be awesome.
Nautilus would be awesome, like
yeah.
really big, huge, and have like a Bluetooth speaker within the suit which just does voice notes.
Yeah.
Just have your phone up and go, whoop.
Exactly, yeah. Cool. Mike?
I think that's why people do go for multiple days, is because like they'll do a like cosplay day, like a hard cosplay day where they just go, they meet people from that fandom, they take pictures, they walk around, they get pictures with loads of people, and they go for like less of a time in the cosplay, and that's their cosplay day. And then the second day is either they're out of cosplay or they're in a really easy cosplay, and then they look through all the stuff.
Yeah.
For me, I'm obviously going to go back because I love Comic Con.
Yeah.
There's always something for me there. I like to take pictures of certain cosplays from like League of Legends and such like that outside and everything. So I'd definitely go back for that. But in terms of cosplay, I always say to myself that I'd do it every single year. I then never do. I have done a cosplay before. I was Jinx as a guy instead. If I were to go again and do a cosplay, I've always thought of League of Legends, but it's like no character I care about enough, right? Apart from like Jinx and all that sort of stuff, but I've done that before. I think it'd have to be from like an anime or something.
Okay.
Like I go as like Eren from Attack on Titan with like the ODM gear and the swords and such.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. Or going as like Shikamaru from Naruto. I mean, this probably doesn't really relate to you guys. Yeah, it's straight over. But yeah, I'll probably do some sort of anime stuff. But I would 100% go back. 100%.
Nice.
Some of those cosplays, just for you guys that hadn't been, like the ones with the moving parts and like the smoke and stuff coming out, they're actually crazy.
We saw Denji. Well, we saw Chainsaw Man from Chainsaw Man, and there's a guy. He had like chainsaws coming out of his fists, and they were moving, and then smoke was coming out as well.
That's
It
cool.
was crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really good.
I'd had a better idea of who I'd go as. I'd maybe go as Yuri. Do you remember Yuri?
Yuri on
Might
Ice.
Conquer.
And
With
Yuri's
the like the red bits
yeah,
coming up.
yeah,
mind
yeah,
control.
yeah,
These
exactly.
guys-
Yeah.
And remember Yuri's Revenge? Oh, that was
Yeah.
a good
Yeah.
game.
Do you remember?
Great.
Do you remember the hacker guy from GoldenEye?
I remember Oddjob through the hat.
And he
That's what I
wears
remember.
he wears the
Rules.
Hawaiian shirt and is like I think his name is Yuri as well. I'll go as him.
Cool.
I probably wouldn't.
I'll go as Jaws. Get the big teeth out.
All right.
So anyone,
When you said Yuri at first, I thought you meant Yumi.
You
Goes Yumi.
just on
Yeah, you were just on someone's back the
You're on a
whole time.
Segway on a book, but the Segway's like a book, and you're just. Cool. So anyone who is watching, hopefully that helped. Maybe you'll go, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll cosplay, maybe you won't. But I think the general consensus is it's cool, and we're kind of, on the whole, other than Robbie, maybe would do it again. Cool. Couple of questions, kind of linked. We're going to talk about Counter-Strike very quickly. Is it a good game?
I'll let you guys start.
Are we
Actually-
on about Counter-Strike 2?
Counter-Strike Global Offensive 2 or the original, CSGO, whatever. When you actually think about it and you think about the game, is it actually a good game? That sounds like a ridiculous question, I know. But
I'll go last on this one.
yeah, okay, cool.
Well,
We'll start with Hike. Yeah.
well, yeah. Anyone chime in, but I think there's more to it than just the game. Like, I guess the question I asked is actually a good game. I think it's held up for generations, right? I think its gunplay is precise, so super clean. There's so much. I think the game is so good. The reason why it's lasted so long is because it is actually a good game. If we were to talk about it in like UI, like menu systems, the way that they've like monetized certain things, I think there's like loads of improvements it can make. But in terms of the game itself, I think it's like so super clean and it's obviously held up for such a long time. I obviously don't play it as much as like say Nath or something, but like we always seem to tend to go back to it,
Yeah.
right? And I think that's what holds up for a good game. Obviously some points it doesn't hit. It's not like it has a story, right? It's not like it has something memorable in terms of that. It's for particular people.
Yeah.
But I definitely think give it a go if you're any type of PC gamer.
And
100%.
how Hike's analysed that is what I wanted everyone to do. So I'm glad Hike went first. So thinking about the menu layout, there's no story. It's just an online shooter. Really think in terms of a whole package, a whole game, is it good? Don't know if you want to go, Rich, or because you don't know much about Counter-Strike, so just do the best you can with it.
Well, I've played it a little bit. haven't I?
Yeah.
But I've never really done it that much for me.
Yeah.
But I think the reason why it's got such a competitive community is because, like, to me, it doesn't look like it's changed might be an obvious thing to say, but like it hasn't changed much, has it? It's still the core game that it was 10 or 15 or so years ago, right? So that has meant that people have had like 10 or 15 years to hone in on that game and its engine and the way things work and the way weapons pull when they shoot or they pull off to the side. They've had time to practice and hone that in so they can get really competitive with it. It's like when you retry a game, if it's exactly the same, you can push it harder. You can try and get like more out of it, get a better score, whatever
There's
it is.
aim maps for it.
Exactly. Whereas take for example League, right, or like COD, like the Warzone thing. Like you start to learn a map, you start to learn how it works on League. You start to learn how the items work, and they change everything. And you might feel like you've lost your competitive edge because you have to then relearn everything. You're kind of starting from day dot again.
Yeah.
So I think the fact that it hasn't changed sounds counterintuitive, but it's actually helped the game be competitive. So in that sense, it's like good as a competitive platform, but for me, it doesn't really do much because of things like it doesn't have a storyline or the fact that it doesn't change much. It seems quite stale to me.
Well, yeah, it's the question of what makes a game good, not just Counter-Strike.
It's a
But
very
what
open
makes a
question.
game
It's
good,
very open.
and games don't have to have good UI. Games don't have to have story. Games don't have to have like loads of other things to make them a good game. But what actually makes a game good? Is it something that everybody can get into? Probably not. Is it something, is it just a multiplayer game? It's such an open sort of question. But what do you think, Rob?
It's got a very steep learning curve, I would think, because of all how the weapons work. Half the weapons you can't zoom in. Well, only 2 weapons you can zoom in on, and I like zooming in, or not including the snipers.
I like zooming in.
Zooming in.
When you say zoom, I assume you mean like ADS.
Yeah, ADS, And then it's all the, like Rich was saying, people with 15 years experience, they know where to poke, they know where to go. You could just run out thinking you're in a safe spot, but then there's someone who's covering that area.
That's
and you need to know all the call outs.
Yeah.
And like for a new player, it is quite intimidating.
Yeah.
Unless you have a group of friends you can just mess around with. You'd have to do research really to understand. But then, but they do have those side games like Gun Game and stuff where you can learn.
Not at the moment they don't.
Yeah.
Oh, don't they? What, CS2? Oh.
There's no
well,
arms
in the
race at
original
the
they
moment.
did.
Yeah.
So, which was quite fun to play because you just went up the
It
weapons,
might be
get
by the
used to the
time it's done
weapons.
that way.
Yeah. Actually,
yeah.
off the back of that, I think that's a really, really good point because I like the game, but I find the fact that the positions, the call-outs, the smokes, the flashes of the specific pixel that you aim at for them to land in certain places, I can't be bothered to learn all that. And that's just me. Some people love that, and that's why they play the game, because they love all that.
Yeah.
But I've got no patience for it. I genuinely am put off playing the game just because I can't be bothered to really invest my learning and my memory into it, because it's almost like learning a skill. It's
like a language.
Yeah, I don't not enjoy playing it, but I just can't be bothered to get the exact positions, and I like pre-fire in places because you know someone's going to be sat there. I just can't. I'm not engaged enough to remember all that.
Yeah.
But I get that's why it makes it good for certain people.
Yeah.
Nath, hit it. Give us your views.
Well, specifically on what Jack was saying more than anything else, and what Rich was saying in terms of like it not changing much and whatnot. Like if you think in terms of sports, you think in terms of like football and stuff like that. That's a sport that has lasted for, I don't know the years, but I would assume obviously centuries, I would guess. I don't actually know the year.
Probably.
But obviously the reason it's so popular is it's a sport that's been refined over time. The core skill has been the same skill. It's never changed.
Yeah, but
And it's just been refined over time. The rules change, but the rules change to refine the game, not to change the game.
Yeah.
And Counter-Strike is the exact same thing. Because they're never changing core things about the game. It's not like League where all the items change and then all that happens is all the players go online and just use something that tells them the items to buy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Then what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point? Unless it doesn't change the competitive players and the top players. So why change the items? Do you know what I mean? Because you're just going to get people following builds. Whereas Counter-Strike, the gunplay it's not the same every game, but it has pretty much been the same. There's no items. It's about economy management, not just about strategy. But then there's the strategy side of it as well. And just like games like football, rugby, and anything else like that, it's about team play. And if you practice together as a team and you learn different things together as a team, you will even if you're worse at aiming, beat the team that don't do that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Do you know what I mean?
I guess,
And
it's
that's the
about
popularity
quads.
behind it.
Well, the thing I was going to say, which will probably like getting back to that original point of is it a good game and branching on what is a good game, right? Try and do this in music terms, right? It's completely about who you are and what you think is good, right? Because if I were to say, oh, I don't know, here's a one. Is the Beatles good music, right? And what is good music? Because to you, it could be, oh, the Beatles are the best. They clearly personified a generation. But to somebody else, it's like who's just grown up, hasn't listened to any Beatles song or has listened to them, and it's like, well, this isn't what I like.
Yeah.
I like heavy metal.
Yeah.
It's completely down to the person, right? And I would probably define Counter-Strike as a great competitive game in that genre.
Yeah.
Somebody else would disagree, but I don't think there are. I don't really think there are like set rules of what makes a good game.
Yeah.
But you can at least say that it's lasted for so long, and games that last over time for generations, I think, probably quantify as good games.
Yeah.
Your Ocarinas of Times,
Yeah.
right? Your Halos, the originals and such. Your Halo 3 and everything. Your GTAs. These are the games that have lasted a generation. No, in my opinion, if somebody comes to me and says FIFA's a good game, and you're probably going to hate me in the comments here, but is it?
Yeah.
Is it going to last a generation? Because FIFA 3 was better than FIFA 11. Like, get out.
But yeah,
I don't think you're honestly raising a controversial point, to be honest with you. But I think one thing you have to factor in as well is movement. And when it comes to movement, it's another learned skill in Counter-Strike. And to be honest, any source-based game. Just hopping, moving fast, moving efficiently. And then you play a game like Valorant, which no one has to learn movement because they'll just make you pay 20 quid for a champion that will give you good movement. That's not skill.
Ooh.
It's, do you know what I mean? Like I only bring up Valorant not because you play it, but because it is a direct competitor of CS:GO.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm only talking about competitive games. Like I'm not talking about casual games or arcade games or anything like that. I'm purely talking competitive FPS. And movement's a huge thing. I don't think there's another game with movement as fluid as Counter-Strike, other than maybe Tribes. But I'm not sure any of you will know Tribes.
No. Never played it.
Yeah.
And that's quite interesting where we talk about is a game good. Well, while everyone was chatting, it then started making me think about people who review games. It's literally 99% down to their own opinion, really. So when they're giving games an 8 out of 10, a 3 out of 10, a 6 out of 10, actually what are they doing? Because they just like it or they don't like it. If you
how
actually
much,
think about it.
or how much they've been paid.
Or how much they've been paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the new Call of Duty comes out. It's a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's literally the same game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, we've got a new review for FIFA coming out.
Yeah.
Not
You want
really.
to see us review a game?
Do you want to see us open 200 Ultimate Team packs?
Yeah.
Jog on.
We ain't doing it.
Unless you really want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll do anything. There's a tip on Patreon for
For
it.
the right price, we'll do whatever you want. And then really quickly as well, not really quickly, there's time, but we're going to do a little bit on League of Legends because it's very controversial. Why is the League of Legends community so horrific?
Toxic.
Why, guys, I can't even stress enough how much when I play that game and someone makes one bad play, someone's world falls apart in front of me and I'm watching it all on the chat and I'm just like, I can't be bothered anymore. Why is it so toxic?
Do you want to know why, Stu?
Go on.
I'll give you the music comparison like Jack did.
Yeah.
It's the pop music of games.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. So it's like the T Swizzy, the Taylor Swift.
Yeah, it's like the Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
of
What's Counter
games.
Strike if that's?
Everyone likes it,
Yeah.
but everyone plays it.
Yeah.
It's a love-hate relationship.
Hike's shaking his
I
head.
straight just
vigorously.
the pop music of games is your FIFAs, your Call of Duties, your Spider-Mans, like the ones that everybody has in toys. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's the same for like pop music, right? But to like start off, I think it's the reason why people are toxic is because there are these types of games that people unfortunately the people that fluctuate to it are the people that are like chronically inside online. You probably don't get exercise, don't go out.
Steady on, mate. They're watching.
I mean, it's got to be said. Like you have to have a healthy balance, and then obviously, you know, they're not getting a certain amount of something, so they have to take it out somewhere else. But I think people are in a place where they really genuinely want to get better and want to see themselves like really good at the game, or maybe even a pro, or maybe even a big streamer, and their team is laying them down or whatever, even though it's probably them that's letting themselves down. And that's a reason why they're so toxic.
Yeah.
I genuinely think.
Are you itching to go, Rich? You're giggling away, and I can't tell if you're just absorbing it.
I find it funny, but I've got nothing really in terms of like why.
But it's toxic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's horrific.
The thing is though, is that I think everybody latches onto League as to being the most toxic, but you'll find the exact same thing in your Valorants, in your Counter-Strikes. You'll find it everywhere in online competitive games where people think they're way better than they are, or want to be way better than they are, but they think their team's letting them down.
I agree that they're everywhere, but to claim that any game is as bad as League is just false.
I didn't say any game.
Yeah, but I mean, even those examples you gave, League is definitely the worst.
Do you want me to give you a top 15
Of
toxic
what?
games?
You got top 15.
Should we just rattle
Yeah,
through
can you
them?
get? Okay, actually,
We've got time.
Ignore me.
We can't digress into too much conversation, but number 15, Destiny 2.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, I believe that.
Destiny 2. I used to enjoy Destiny actually. Number 14, Dark Souls, which is interesting because it's not really online, is it?
It's not. Oh no, there is.
Oh, is there?
There is. Yeah. You can invade somebody else's world,
Oh.
and then like, you know, obviously the whole thing about invading somebody's world is to kill them. But there's probably some people that like are like a bit of a troll. When keeps killing.
13, Ark Survival Evolved. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I've never played with the online community of it, but
Yeah.
what's measuring this? Do you know?
Nope.
Okay.
No, just Google it.
That's what. Before you go on, that's what I was going to ask as well. How are these things being measured? Because people say that League is the worst, and I don't disagree. How have they actually measured it? It's just the community.
Yeah.
Well,
the community.
It's probably a vote.
For
just their
Ark,
opinion, isn't it?
it says, with the odds stacked firmly in their favour, as in the established players, they'd often go out of their way to make people new to the game just ruin their game, basically.
I've seen videos
established
on that.
players would literally just hunt down the new players who are just trying to get used to the game, and they can't even get used to the game because they're getting...
Yeah, what's that
hammered.
other game where it's like
Rust.
they call them Bambies?
Oh, I don't know.
I think they call them. I think it's Rust. Yeah, where like the experienced players will see like a level 1 noob like hopping across the field and they'll just pop their head off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I
Maybe.
think it's that.
Minecraft's number 12. Strange, isn't it?
Yeah, because you get people going into
Sure,
other
there's
people's lobbies and then
7-year-old
burning their
Just
stuff.
burning their stuff down, yeah.
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 Overwatch, interestingly enough.
Mm-hmm.
Rocket League, that makes sense.
Yeah, Rocket League.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Number 10, by the way, Rocket League. That does make
Yeah.
sense. Roblox, number 9. Has anyone played Roblox?
No.
in this room?
Don't know what it is.
That's for
Kids
kids,
game.
isn't it?
Kids game, yeah.
Understandable. Those
But I
7-year-olds.
bet there's like adults who play it just to grief.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft, number 8. Call of Duty, number 7. Thought that'd be higher than that. Fortnite, number 6.
Yeah.
Makes sense. What I think is actually free-to-play games have a higher chance of being in this list because anyone can just grab it and play it.
Yeah.
It'd be a nightmare, can't they?
Yeah, and then if their account gets banned, they just make a new one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Halo, number 5. Online was very competitive. that week,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
just compare. Like it's like Call of Duty, trash talk in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
League of Legends, number 4.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Well, hey, let's go. Counter Strike's going up there, isn't it?
You're happy about that, are you?
Grand Theft Auto Online is number 3.
Yeah, I can see that being toxic.
Ooh, Dota 2 at number 2.
Oh, really?
So it goes beyond
Yeah, that's
League.
definitely true.
Dota 2. What do you think number 1 is?
StarCraft. Oh.
CSGO.
Really?
This is just a random top link list.
Yeah,
Just
fair,
top one.
fair. Must be a vote, I would guess.
Yeah.
It's definitely, the vote's definitely been done in Europe servers.
Yeah. 100%. That's timed really, really well. We're going to quickly have a break, but we will be straight back for what is likely to be the final part. Boom.
Oh, hey, landlubbers. I'm currently on the run right now, but I just wanted to stop to say, if you're enjoying the content, why don't you subscribe to this channel? Also, I really like me some treasure, but what I like more is the love and compassion that comes from community. If you want to support us, the best way to do so is to check out our Patreon page. There's plenty of tiers for you to look at and really get involved. Anyway, I better go. Back to the video.
Welcome back to Talk Bits. It is the podcast from the 4-Bit Boys. I hope you're all doing good. We've got a little bit more to talk about in this pod. There is a new game coming out soonish. Well, at least there's been a trailer released. I'm talking about Grand Theft Auto 6. Obviously.
Oh, really?
Who's excited for GTA 6?
Mate,
I reckon Rich ain't.
Nah, Rich ain't bothered. So,
man.
before Rich takes it away for the next hour and a half, so Rockstar Games has announced it will finally debut its highly anticipated Grand Theft Auto 6 reveal trailer December 2023.
So it's out.
So we know there have been leaks, right? Have we seen some leaks kicking about? Because I have. I've seen a few little GTA 6 leaks. I
know they exist. I haven't looked into it.
I haven't even seen any.
Haven't seen any. Rich.
No, well, I mean, based off my initial reaction, you're probably thinking I know everything. I don't.
Rich is the leaker.
No, I don't know anything about it.
I swear, I don't know anything.
But I'm just excited about it because because I remember like maybe pre-18 I shouldn't be playing these kind of games, but people know what I'm talking about here. Like you got your hands on a game of Grand Theft Auto when you were under 18 somehow. It was like that. It was like that. Yeah, it was like can't wait to get back from school.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think GTA 5 they absolutely scuffed the launch because online was crap for like months and months and months. That seems to be the way they do things these days. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be good.
Anyone else? Grand Theft Auto 6? Is anyone excited about it?
I will be totally honest.
Go on.
I'm not a fan of the Grand Theft Auto games.
Okay, controversial. What don't you like about them?
I just get bored. I don't like the long story games really. Even online. So like the competitive part games I like.
Would you buy it and just not play the story and just play online, or you just
no,
got no interest?
No interest.
Fair enough.
Like yeah,
fair enough.
Very random. I know.
Boys,
I'm similar in that I find Grand Theft Auto a bit boring nowadays, but I think that the online is boring. I think that I think one of the best parts about online is when you try and do like their online races and different things that they have for that.
Yeah.
But the loading screens take so long.
Yeah.
It's such an awful experience. I just don't enjoy a minute of it.
do you think?
However, I do very much enjoy the stories, but I also think that Rockstar seems to have been on a downward trend for quite a long time, in my opinion.
Hard disagree. Red Dead Redemption 2 was a fucking absolute banger, and everybody in the comments is probably disagreeing with you right now.
That's good. Yeah.
Although I think that's a different subset of Rockstar, though, to be fair. In terms of Grand Theft Auto, though, I am gonna get it. I'm gonna play it. I'll probably play some online, and then I'll get bored of it. Like, I think the sort of enthusiasm for Grand Theft Auto and whatnot is not as much anymore because it's not like we're not young anymore, right? It's not like this. I'm gonna go play Grand Theft Auto around my mate's house, and I'm 13. Oh, the blood. Oh, and I can go with a hooker. Whoa.
Yeah.
You can tell that Jack wasn't allowed Grand Theft Auto when he was younger.
I remember playing like Vice City. Well, I remember Liberty City going around getting the packages. I think there was like 52 across the islands.
Yeah.
I think it was 52. I remember GTA 4 going around shooting the pigeons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sick, man. And like Vice City playing as Lance, I think it was, and getting the Infernus and stuff like that. I think that's one that has like gone. You talk about generations earlier. I think like that's touched multiple generations.
I think San Andreas was the big one for me. Just like, what's that guy's name? The big guy? I love a number 9.
Big Smoke.
Yeah.
Big Smoke.
Yeah, just that whole story and like I think that was the for me that was the one that I really really liked. San Andreas.
I like that one though because you could form gangs. I
Yes.
don't know if you can in other ones,
on
but
the
you could
map,
form
there
a
are
gangs
colours.
and you used to fight each other and take
Yeah.
territory.
The thing is now, it's like we can like I think when we were younger we couldn't do these things. Like
Form gangs.
we couldn't form gangs. We couldn't get hookers and blow, but now we potentially could. So I think that's just the whole thing, really.
Instead, we just sit indoors and play video games.
Yeah, the safe option.
So, would you rather GTA 6 or a brand new Gears of War?
GTA 6 all day.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because, yeah, all day, man. All day.
I
I think there's so much with Gears, for example, that they could go into, and I haven't kept up with the most recent Gears. I smashed 1, 2, and 3 with my brother,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I think I'd be more interested in a revolutionary Gears of War than I would a revolutionary GTA
Yeah.
6.
Same. I'm
Do you know what I
the same
mean?
stuff. I am.
But if
Genuinely.
it's just like standard, like as is, GTA 6 is probably going to get more playtime out of me. But if it's like, top tier game from both of those houses,
Yeah.
the Gears of War one would
Yeah,
be more
I'm-
interesting to me.
I'd mirror that exactly.
Yeah.
Roberto?
I didn't like Gears of War either.
Oh,
I
jeez.
know.
Robbie,
he doesn't
I
like
know.
any
Don't like
game.
anything.
Like, I just didn't.
He's getting old, yeah.
I didn't get along with the over the shoulder, third person
Oh, fair
look,
enough.
and I didn't like that. If there was a first person option on it as well, I did it. But then I like the Horde missions. Is it Horde?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and-
Horde
Where
was
where
the
you
best.
where you,
Active
where you and
reload.
different people were like,
That felt
Yeah.
great. When you got that active and you... oh, I used to love
I
that.
had some like popping off some dopamine in my brain when that happened.
Yeah.
The thing I'm looking forward to the most in terms of games that are coming out, I'm looking forward to the League of Legends fighting game. Obviously, big fighting game fan. Make sure to watch the Street Fighter video. It is out. But which is, you're gonna give me another obviously here. I'm really looking forward to the League of Legends MMO.
Obviously. Obviously, guys. Yeah.
What's your favourite game, Jack?
Not actually League of Legends. I just like Jinx. Okay.
Right, games.
Sue me.
Right, games. Get in touch.
Yeah, can you get in touch, please? But yeah, I'm a big MMO fan. I've played loads of different ones. I'm majorly into like Final Fantasy 14, but like that it's got tired now, and I really want to sink my teeth into a new MMO. And the fact that Riot Games is doing one is just super hype. But it's gonna be like 3 or 4 years in the future. So
jeez.
yeah, not looking forward to that.
No.
What about you, Mr. Stewpot P?
What would I pick or...
Are you excited about GTA 6?
No. Not at all. Not at all. Not interested. I think the games are good and I respect why people love them. But exactly the same as Robbie, even though I took the mick a little bit, I don't care. Couldn't care less about it. Oh, man. At all. I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to play it. If the online becomes free, I might download it to say I gave it a spin, but I won't end up playing
Oh,
it.
that's a good point. Will the online be free? Because
Dunno.
it's not. But all sort of I don't think it's going to be free. There's no way they can actually put that in there.
No.
They've been creating it for like 10 years or something like
Plus.
that. So I don't think it is. I think it's going to be connected to the game itself.
Yeah.
I think over the last 10 years, because I think I might be pulling this out of my behind here, but I think that the microtransactions on GTA 5 have made over $1 billion.
But
And
it
so-
was the first video game to make $1 billion.
Yeah,
Wow.
so the point I'm getting at is maybe 10 years ago, they would have said, we ain't putting online free.
That's a good point.
However, over the last 10 years, they've seen how much money there is to be made from it and the microtransactions, all that sort of stuff. I think they probably would. And then you could pay like, because like, you can maybe pay like 30, 40 quid to then unlock like the campaign and then play through the whole map, but on the campaign.
Yeah, they might do it, and I think if I were a businessman, I feel like I would do that because I think you'd make the amount of players you can get on it will just triple, quadruple. Like, it goes so much higher, and the amount of microtransactions you get on it is going to be way more than they have to purchase 50 quid to play the multiplayer. I think in my opinion, it's a no-brainer these days to make your multiplayer games be free with microtransactions for skins, not to up the game at all, because that's completely unfair. Like they did with like what was it? What was the controversial one? It was like It was Battlefront, the newest Battlefront that came out, the Star Wars one.
Yep.
Yeah.
They made it so you had these like cards, and you attach those cards to your character, and it made certain things about your character stronger. And the only way to get the quickest way to get those cards, and I think even you could only get certain cards in the loot boxes, and you couldn't buy them separately. That is just so
crazy, isn't it?
scummy.
Yeah.
That's why everybody hates
Yeah.
EA and everything now.
Yeah, there was a
The
lot of uproar about
microtransactions.
that. I remember.
Yeah. Like even in Australia, they banned it because of that. I think that's
really?
what started everything.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You're not allowed to do it on certain games or something like that. Yeah.
Cool. We're nearing the end. This is going to be quick fire random. We're going to go from Richard first, along to myself. There are 2 worlds, and you can pick to live in one of them. World number 1, Marvel never existed. World number 2, video games never existed.
Oh.
No.
What world are you living in?
The one where Marvel never existed.
So forget everything Marvel, everything.
Easy.
Yeah.
You're living in a video game world. So all
Well,
those
and-
films, Avengers, everything, none of it's here.
Yeah.
None of it's here.
Yeah. You can go.
Yeah. Like,
I think the more I thought about it, I was like, oh, Spider-Man's gone and all that sort of stuff. Iron Man's gone, Avengers is gone. But then I was like, I don't care about that rabbit. Like, it's great. They're all fantastic, and especially like Spider-Man OG. But a world without games is nah,
not the world for you.
nah, not the world for me. I wouldn't have my Jinx.
Yeah.
Where do you stop? Are we just talking about computer games, or are we talking about games?
Every games.
Ooh.
All games,
Including board
Football?
games.
No.
Darts?
Sorry.
All
no.
video games. Video games.
Video.
Croquet.
Electric games. Electric games. Games on an electric
Once
device.
you plug in.
What about board games?
Board games exist.
All right.
I don't think this is much of a question. to be
Yeah.
honest with you. I think you're asking like, what's a bigger number, 1 or 100?
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's that obvious.
You'll be surprised. I reckon you'll be surprised. There's going to be some crazy Marvel fans out there.
Well, let me hit
Yeah, there will be. There definitely will be. But
Not
for
us.
us,
for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let me wait. Before Rob goes, I want to quickly get a second answer from Rich and the guys. Marvel or DC was never made.
Oh, okay. That might
Oh,
be
that's,
better.
that's also easier.
That's so easy.
Oh, DC in the bin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? That's what Batman's just gone.
Yeah.
Nah, no
afraid.
shot.
I'm
I don't.
afraid.
Nah, no shot.
You'd have Batman and then sacrifice everything else.
I would take Batman over nearly everything.
What's nearly? What wouldn't?
I think Spider-Man comes a close second.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
but I think Batman and Spider-Man are like the things of their respective comics.
Yeah.
Wolverine.
Huh?
Wolverine.
No, Wolverine can suck it. Sorry, guys. Sorry. The X-Men are cool. Don't get me wrong, but
You'd rather a childhood in the 90s without the X-Men films.
yes.
Okay.
He's not sure about that.
No, I am.
Couple of minutes.
That's
What you
more
got?
of a splitter, though. That's a question's more of a
Better,
splitter.
let's do that one instead. Forget the first one. DC or...
Well, mine's DC.
You'd keep DC, you'd keep Marvel.
I'll keep Marvel.
Robbie's Marvel. I'm Marvel as well.
Yeah.
In the comments, just out of interest, Marvel or DC? That's the question. It's probably been done a billion times,
Yeah.
let's be honest. We're not very original, are we?
Well, no. I would say, like, the thing is that I'm not a big comic fan. So in terms of the comics, if I were a comic fan and I were to be like, which one am I keeping? I think Marvel, in my opinion, I probably have so much better of a catalog of like comics and superheroes and Avengers and all this sort of stuff, right? But because I'm not a comic fan and I just like watching, like, say, the movies or playing the games or such, there are not many Marvel characters that like keep me going. But Batman is just so cool, right? And don't worry about Superman, mate. If it was just between Marvel and Batman, I'd still pick Batman. I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
On that very bold statement, we're gonna call it.
All right.
So thank you very much for tuning in to pod number 2. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you for coming. Tell all your friends, tell all your family. See you in the next one.
Cheers.
See you then.
Woo.